This Waterwalk is in different territory. This is the west pasture, the west canal, trench royal, I could call it. And I wanted to show you, I pretty regularly come along here, I'm sorry, and clean it out because of what the pigs have done. But the pigs are doing good work now. I mean, this is what they do. And all I need to do then is just clean out that upper edge. This is an area that I have not had control of. I've got water to go through it, but kind of through it and over it and under it and all. But now with the pigs tramping down and rolling in the sedge, this is not sedge, and that's tussock sedge. I don't know if they'll ever eat tussock sedge, but they'll eat nut sedge. And then there's Pennsylvania sedge, is that little stuff that looks almost like hair. It's not that palatable to them. But now that it's getting dry and hot, they're coming here to wallow. In this kind of weather, it's going to get over 80 today, and of course it's sunny. Stay that way, I think, all day. Anyway, it sure is nice to step into the woods, under the shade of the woods. This is also pig pasture. And it's no wonder that when I call them in the evening, where they're going to be is in here, and preferably down in where the creek keeps it even cooler. Here's a bridge that my neighbor built, he and his partner. I think of it as Andy and Donna's bridge. It looks pretty weak, but I think I would drive my truck across it. But this is the natural drain. You can see it's got a little bit of water in it, which that's what I would want. But more water is going down this western canal at the Prise d'eau. That's where I'm capturing it. Trap of water is what that means in French, but it's Swiss French. I don't know if well, I guess a Frenchman would understand it, but probably not in context. So here's the Prise d'eau. I call it Michael Weir sometimes, after a close friend of mine. So here's where I'm catching the water from the main drain, turning it aside. Now a lot of water comes down the mountain along that old road too. Like this has all been carried by that storm water. This is double actually. I can only catch so much with the first, so I catch more with the other, and then I let some of it go. This actually is the highest point on my wife and my property where I can capture water. If I go beyond this fence, they're going onto the property of my youngest sister, and she wouldn't care. See, there's a rebar right there. That's a property marker, and that fence separates pig pasture on the left from woods without pigs on the right. It's a boundary line. This is a gate of sorts, and that then goes up to the folk fold. From this angle, you can maybe understand some stuff. Up there is Grampa Jim weir. That's where I was yesterday, plugging holes in the weir. And you know, it's leaking again, clearly. But from where I'm standing, I'm above Grampa Jim Bisse, and you can see there's a little water going down it. Let me try zooming. A little water, not much, but I'm happy for it. And it's actually probably going 100 yards or more before it stops. But then down there's the natural drain, and there's so much water going down through there, of which I could use some, hold it back for a while up here. It'd eventually get down there. Now where that tree is, you can see that was dug out. That was a mine face. That's really the most dangerous place to walk, unless you're walking right in the water. So I'm going to go see what I can find to plug further up there. So here we are. Let's see what I can find. That plastic is where I've plugged things before. You can see there's a lot of water going by here. So to figure out where it's getting in there, if it makes I think I see. I think it's going right along underneath that cloth. I could lay that cloth down. I might try that. Or I could just plug what's there. Let's see what I can find further. Yeah, I think that's one of the spots. Not much coming through here. Yeah, I'm looking for those little whirlpools. They're kind of giveaways for a spot that I could fairly easily plug. And I'm not seeing any. Although sometimes where there's a bug, it's deceiving. It looks a little bit the same. No, I don't really see. Well, I mean, there's water going by up here for sure. So could I capture that? Some of it might just be down in the sort of in the bedrock. I don't know. I'll study it. But I intend to walk on up with you. I'm going to film it. I'm going to show you what's up there. All right, we're going to be bushwhacking up through there. This looks like a confluence, and it is in a way that I gather the two streams together into one and head on down. Well, here's a spot that is, I sort of regard it as the highest natural spot where livestock or animals could drink. There seems to be a pool here naturally, and I think I've even dammed it up a little bit, and I probably will continue to do that a little bit to hold it. I don't know, I'm not sure if I've ever seen it go completely dry, but when we divided the property up, I made sure that there was the property lines between my sister and myself and my wife and I were such that it would go right through this area. So livestock on either side could water here. It's kind of be like a common or a public area. But I'm going to go on up now to show where I could first divert water. I've only come a little ways. You can probably still hear that same water. But I paused here because when I see a stone like that, I'm suspicious. That really looks like, in this area, that looks like that's maybe been cut. And those stones even look a little bit as if they might have been stacked. So I'm especially curious about that because it's so close to that spot, which I say seems to be the best watering spot up here in the mountain. I wonder if you can see where when floodwater comes rushing down through there. If I'm able to start a Bisse up there, it'll certainly cross that and catch that. All right, boy, this is like a paradise in a way going up through here. The ferns, wherever there are ferns, that indicates that the ground stays wet for long enough for them to grow. I paused here because that very clearly is not natural. That's a man-made stack of stones. An old marker, perhaps. I wouldn't be surprised. But now I've reached a point where there's a bridge that I made with my brother-in-law out of fiberglass that I had. It's up there, another 20 yards maybe. This is the spot that I figured was the best candidate to start a Bisse. Right there, I thought I could capture things. And I even have this cloth laying here from when I started to do it. Maybe 10 years ago. So And another thing, this is where when they logged, they were taking the logs out that way, and instead of going across my bridge, which was wise, it was okay for cars and stuff, or maybe the bridge wasn't there yet, I don't know. The skidder just came down, crossed the creek right here, and went up this side, and then they logged that out through there. So yeah, here's a good candidate, a nice flow of water. I think I can make this the height, and I can start out across there. And what makes me think I can really make it work this time is that pallet wrap material that I have. It'll be work, but it'll be play work, because it'll be fun. It's nice and cool, the water's cool, and it'll go out like that. And I was a little surprised to see just how high this is. We'll see when I get down there to where I want to put the waterfall. Oh, it's nice here. All right, I'll say bye for now. I'm taking the easy way down. This is a very old road here. Not just a logging road, this was a mining road, a very, very old road. When I was a boy, you could drive a car here across a wooden bridge there. You could drive it. It was called the Jeep Trail, I think, part of it. But so anyway, I'm taking the easy way down through my sister's property, but I wanted to show you that tree. Let's see, the shiny bark, or the gray bark, is a, what is that? I'm trying to look at the leaves. Well, the big one's an oak, obviously. Oh, it's a beech. That's a beech. I've seen that kind of a thing before. That's an American beech, where they share the same stump. Seems almost pornographic, doesn't it? There's those two trees. I paused though because I haven't been here in, I haven't walked on this road in 15 years maybe. But then right over there is our property, which I've been working a lot. But I wanted to show you how it changes. This is so different here, and then there the ground abruptly goes up, and that's the, I don't know what to call it, escarpment or whatever, that the miners were working their way up that to a vast mining area further up on the mountain, which my sister now owns that property. I'm now back on our property. Boy, look at all these ferns. Aren't they beautiful? And this, you may recognize, in a moment, you may recognize where I am. Because this is, I have a name for this. I think I called this, well, I named this Jeffrey. I called it Jeffrey Weir. And it's one that I'll eventually make as watertight as I can, because this is what's supplying that hillside that I've been filming practically every water walk I take. So I come up here from the other direction though. Let's see how much water's going through it. It's getting pretty slim. I'll have to work on this too. But I think I'll do that on another trip. I don't really have the material with me here, and it has a little bit of a flow. All right, bye for now. I'm already back. I'm out on that pig pasture now, and look at all these pollywogs, tadpoles. Now the muddy water's coming this way because as I'm working my way down, I usually go upstream when I clean, but I'm going downstream and I'm muddying the water up. But that's their survival. I should probably come back even today to add to that water supply, but I probably won't until tomorrow. Well, we'll see. Again, I'm back already. I didn't put the pigs over here this morning. I have been, but I decided there just wasn't enough for them to play around with to deal with the heat. Now there's shade in there. Famously, pigs cannot sweat. They need shelter from heat. And They could have, but I just thought, you know, it's not worth it. There's so much more comfort to be had down in the southern pasture. While I'm here, I want to point out that these tadpoles, oh, that water's not too hot. You know, as the water comes out across this bare hillside, it gets warmer in the sun. Like they're doing fine. Of course, they're older. And the water is working its way down. That little trickle of water is working its way down through the pasture.